Have you noticed that some women look extremely elegant in spring, while most look just normal? It seems like magic, but it's not. It's 7 very specific visual codes for this season. Most people completely ignore these signals, and that's why they stay basic. But when you know and apply these 7 codes, you automatically gain that sophisticated look that makes people notice you. Let me show you what they are. Code 1. Burnt Pastel Palette. Let me tell you something that changes everything in spring. Have you noticed that some women wear pink and look elegant, while others wear pink and look childish? The secret is in the tone of the pastel. Sophisticated pastels are dirty, burnt, as if they've aged over time. Dusty rose, not Barbie pink. Dusty sky blue, not vibrant baby blue. Grayed lavender, burnt sage green, whitened peach. Know why this works? Because these tones have history. They seem vintage, as if they've passed through decades of good taste. It's like the color has memory, has lived through elegant moments in past decades. But pure, vibrant pastels, they remind you of children's clothes or Easter costumes. Here's the test. Hold the piece under natural light. If the color seems too happy, too vibrant, too artificial, it's not sophisticated. If it seems pensive, slightly melancholic, like a cloudy spring afternoon, perfect. And another important detail, these tones work on any skin tone because they're not saturated colors that compete with you. They complement, harmonize, create a sense of visual calm. Imagine walking into a family lunch wearing dusty rose with warm beige. Your sister-in-law will ask where you bought it because even without being able to explain, people feel that it's different. They can't put their finger on what it is, but they know there's something special there. But there's a detail that makes this even more elegant. Code 2. Lightweight layering luxe. Sophisticated spring isn't about wearing one pretty piece. It's about layers, but not just any layers. 3 light layers that talk to each other. Think of it this way: silk or fine cotton bodysuit underneath. On top, a light linen blouse or fine cotton shirt, and finishing a light trench, an unlined blazer, or an extra fine knit cardigan. Nothing heavy. Each piece should weigh at most 5 ounces. When you pick up the piece, it should seem almost weightless, as if it would float. Know what happens when you do this? People notice you planned the look, didn't just throw on whatever. You thought about the morning temperature, the warmer afternoon, the possibility of entering an air-conditioned place. You demonstrate practical intelligence. And there's more. The layers need different lengths. One short, one medium, one long. This creates visual dimension, depth. It's what separates a flat look from a 3-dimensional one. Imagine arriving at a cafe in the morning. You take off the trench. You're left with the linen blouse and bodysuit. In the afternoon, it gets warmer. You roll up the sleeves. The look remains elegant in all versions. It's like you have 3 looks in one. The store clerk treats you differently because unconsciously she notices. This woman understands style. She knows fashion isn't about one expensive piece. It's about intelligent composition. Now comes a mistake many women make without realizing. Code 3. Floral discipline rule. It's spring. Everyone runs to florals. But here's the problem. Excessive floral kills sophistication, turns you into walking wallpaper. The secret? Discipline. 1 floral piece per look, and the rest completely neutral. And it's not just any floral. Small, sparse flowers on a neutral background, or monochromatic floral, like white flowers on an off-white background, or large-scale, giant abstract flowers, editorial style, as if they were artistic brushstrokes. Never those small, colorful flowers on a dark background. Looks like grandma's print. Looks like you took your grandmother's tablecloth and turned it into clothing. Have you seen those women wearing floral blouse, floral skirt, bag with floral detail? It's too much. Looks like spring threw up on her. Looks like a botanical garden costume. Now imagine midi skirt with abstract floral in dusty rose and cream, completely plain white blouse. No details. Nude sandals. Structured beige bag. That's it. When you walk into an event like this, people look and think, she chose the floral as a statement. Didn't put on floral because it's spring and you have to wear floral. She made a conscious style decision. The difference is subtle, but changes everything. It's the difference between following a trend and having personal style. And the next code is about feet. Code 4, Open Toe Elegance Mandate. Spring is the season of exposed feet, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. The right way? Elegant minimalism. Pointed toe mules with mid-height heels. Chanel-style slingbacks, open at the back. Sandals with, at most, 2 straps and block heel. Loafers without socks. Ballet flats with a discreet detail, like a small bow or gold buckle. The wrong way. Casual flip-flops. Gladiator sandals with 1,000 straps. Basic slide sandals. Chunky, colorful sneakers. Everything that looks like you just left the beach or gym. Why? Because exposed feet with minimalist shoes communicate light, but put together. It's the perfect balance between comfortable for the heat and sophisticated for the city. You can walk, breathe, but remain elegant. But attention, this only works if the pedicure is impeccable. Short, well-maintained nails, nude polish, or minimalist French. Moisturized heels. Because exposed feet are exposure, and exposure requires care. Imagine you're at a restaurant, cross your legs, the nude shoe appears. It's discreet, but people register. This woman cares about details. She doesn't leave anything to chance. And detail is exactly what the next code is about. Code 5, White Foundation Spring. Here's something almost no one tells you. Sophisticated spring is built from white, not from colors. White pants, white blouse, off-white blazer, and then you add a burnt pastel accent, like a dusty rose blazer over the white base, or a lavender scarf over an all-off-white look. 70% white, 20% pastel, 10% dark, neutral in accessories. Know why white is so powerful? Because clean, impeccable white communicates. I have resources to keep white always new. I have organization to not stain it. I have care for my clothes. It's a code of care, of attention, of organized life. But careful, all white without texture looks like hospital uniform, looks cold, without personality. You need at least 3 different textures: linen, silk, cotton, maybe a fine knit. This creates dimension, even in monochrome. Each texture captures light differently. Think of that woman who enters the elevator all in white. White linen pants, off-white silk blouse, raw knit blazer, light straw bag, nude mules. She looks like an apparition of elegance. The other people in the elevator look, because it seems clean, fresh, elegant, like a spring morning. It's spring materialized in clothing, but there's one accessory that completely changes the spring vibe. Code 6, Straw Accessories, Upgrade. Straw in spring is obvious, but most people use beach straw, and this kills sophistication, because beach straw communicates weekend, casual, too laid back. Sophisticated straw is completely different. First, structure. The bag can't slouch. It has to have a rigid shape, as if it were a sculpted leather bag. When you stand it up, it stays up on its own. Second, weave. The straw has to be fine, regular, almost like fabric. Not that thick, irregular weave of a cowboy hat. It has to look like it was woven by an artisan, not braided hastily. Third, color. Natural, beige, caramel, never painted colors. The charm is in the organic color, in the natural variation of the material. And fourth, use. You wear straw in the city, not just at the beach. That's the key. Structured straw bag with tailoring is sophisticated contrast. It's the unexpected mix that creates visual interest. Imagine beige linen blazer, white tailored pants, premium straw bag with leather handle, nude mules. You walk into a department store. The saleswoman approaches you differently, because that combination communicates. I understand seasonal fashion. I know how to mix textures. I know the codes. I'm not a tourist. I'm a connoisseur. And now comes the final code, the one many elegant women use without even realizing. Before we move on to the next trick, have you ever had that awful feeling of opening your closet and feeling like you have absolutely nothing to wear? To solve this, I created a guide where I show how, with just 15 pieces, you can create more than 150 elegant looks. These are combinations that make people turn their heads to look at you. Inside, you'll also discover techniques to look visually slimmer and taller, plus specific styling tricks to soften fuller arms, wider hips, or a more generous bust. The link to download the guide is in the pinned comment and in the description. Now let's move on to the next trick. And if you're watching on TV, just scan the QR code that appears on the screen or in the corner of the video. Code 7. Scarf as jewelry spring. Here's the secret that completely changes a look. Silk scarf as jewelry. Not as protection, not as warmth, as a sophistication detail. Small scarf tied at the neck with a side knot, or tied to the bag handle, or on the wrist as a bracelet, or in the hair as a thin headband. Each position communicates a different style, but there are rules. It has to be pure silk, not polyester. You feel the difference when you touch it. Silk slides between fingers, has weight, has drape. It has to be small, like 20 by 20 inches. Large scarves are for other seasons. It has to have a soft print, watercolor floral, minimalist geometric, traditional paisley, and never those large shawls covering the shoulders 80s style. That ages you, doesn't sophisticate. The scarf is the spring equivalent of jewelry, adds color and personality without weight. It's like wearing a statement necklace, but much more seasonal. Color rule. If the look is neutral, the scarf can have pastel color. If the look already has color, the scarf is neutral. One complements the other, never competes. Imagine you're all in white, all white. White blouse, white pants, nude mules, and then you tie a dusty rose silk scarf at your neck with a delicate French knot. Done. People look and think, she has style, she knows the codes. She understands that fashion is about details, not about screaming. It's not about expensive clothes. It's about understanding the details. It's about knowing that a $75 silk scarf can transform a $150 outfit into something that looks like $1,500. These are codes that make people look twice, not because you're flashy, but because you seem sophisticated, careful, elegant, as if you were born knowing. And look, when you start applying this, the change is fast. In 1 week, you already feel the difference. The waiter treats you differently. Friends ask where you bought it. You feel more confident. You walk differently. Which of these codes will you test first? The burnt pastel, the light layers, the silk scarf? Tell me below. And if you want to discover more elegant secrets that almost no one notices, stay tuned for the next video.